Conditions at the RDS were ideal for this game. Beautiful Dublin sunshine greeted Treviso. The Italians had never won away to Leinster, but they were in good form, having recorded their first bonus point victory of the season in their last match against Dragons. Matt O'Connor's men came into the game having lost their previous two matches to Toulon in Europe and then away to Ospreys in the league, but Leinster were unbeaten in their last 11 RaboDirect PRO12 home matches and had never lost at home to Italian opposition. After Jimmy Gopperth had put the home side 3-0 up very early on, the Leinster men stepped on the gas and scored a well-deserved try in the 10th minute. After a period of pressure and with Treviso defending deep, Boss picked out Rob Kearney, who in turn passed back inside for Jordi Murphy to run onto. Number 7 bursting over the line for the first try of the game and his 4th of the season. The man born in Barcelona getting Leinster off to a flying start. But even though Gopperth dragged the conversion wide, it was 8-0 after just 10 minutes. And 5 minutes later, the Blues were in for a second try. This one off Treviso's line-out, all about the awareness and pace of Sean Cronin. He got in behind the posts and the home side were already looking good for victory. Cronin motoring over to the delight of the large home support. Gopperth converted for 15-0, 15 minutes in. Shortly after that score, Zane Kirchner and Christian Loamanu collided in mid-air and the Treviso centre came off second best. Both players only had eyes for the ball, but unfortunately for Loamanu, he felt the full force of Kirchner in the sickening collision and received treatment for almost 10 minutes before being replaced by Brendan Williams. It's difficult for the players to keep their focus after such a long stoppage, but it didn't take Leinster long to get back on the scoring trail, and as they pressed the Treviso goal line, it was another front rower who came up with the goods from Matt O'Connor's side. Cian Healy selling a sweet little dummy before diving over for the score. The man from Clontarf's second try in as many games, Gopperth converted for 22-0. And 26 minutes in, the bonus point was achieved as Treviso had no answer to the pace and movement of the Leinster attack. Gopperth did most of the damage here before offloading to Kirchner, who still had work to do before getting over for the score. The South Africans' third try of the campaign since joining Leinster at the start of the season. Once again, Gopperth had to tap over the conversion, and Leinster had a 29-0 lead with 26 minutes gone in what was proving to be a very long Good Friday for the Italians. However, before the half-time break, the visitors finally got some reward for their endeavour. The Treviso maul from the line-out was very well controlled, and it looked like a try was a certainty before Isaac Boss took matters into his own hands. The referee, Neil Patterson, immediately ran under the posts to award a penalty try.
And you had blue 9 in the side.
And having done that, he returned to the scene of the crime and produced the yellow card to show Isaac who's boss. Bergqvist converted, and at the break Leinster ran in 29-7 ahead, but down to 14 men at the start of the second half. Jack McGrath replaced Sean Cronin just after the break, but on 55 minutes he was sent to the bin for transgressing. However, it didn't stop Leinster from adding a 5th try shortly after. Dominic Ryan had replaced the injured Jordi Murphy midway through the first half, and after excellent work from his mates in the pack, it was the Dubliner who got over for the try. Treviso unable to stem the Leinster surge, and although Gopperth hit the woodwork with the conversion, Leinster were 34-7 ahead with an hour on the clock. In the 68th minute, Leinster added another try as Treviso's defence crumbled. Sub-scrum half Luke McGrath picked out Noel Reid, who skipped over under the posts. Gopperth converting to make it 41 points to 7. Treviso in damage limitation territory with Angelo Esposito off on a yellow card, but the damage continued. Captain Jamie Heaslip running in a 7th try of the match for Leinster. The resistance was minimal, and the big number 8 had a fairly clear run to the line for his first try of the season. Gopperth converted to leave the Leinster men 48 points to 7 up. And the home side passed the half-century of points when, from the line-out, Luke McGrath added to the party atmosphere at the RDS in the 76th minute, going over for the score. The 21-year-old from Ontario in Canada's first ever try for Leinster. Gopperth again converted for 55 points to 7.
No, balls available.
And the scoring was rounded off in the dying moments when Reid raced over for his second try of the night, and Leinster's 9th in total, as the Treviso defence was marked absent. A 7th try of the season for Reid. 9 tries on the night, 8 different Leinster scorers. And Gopperth rounded off the scoring with the last kick of the match to leave a final score of 62 points to 7. Leinster back to winning ways and in emphatic fashion. A rude awakening for Treviso, who host Glasgow next time out. Final score in the RDS Sunshine: Leinster 62, Benetton Treviso 7.